so we don't get muted.
All right, hold on. Truly.
What a lovely day.
What a lovely.
Nice and hot and humid. Oh, look at us. We are live.
We are? Beautiful. Is it a delay again?
Nope. That's why I use my phone. A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Popped up.
I'm not hearing us though. I don't like that. Check. All right, there we go. All right, let me share this live. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Are we in it?
Yeah, well,
I'm president.
see, we get some people on.
Okay.
You know, us black folk, we late, so.
I was at a shower and still on time. In Troy, by the way.
Starting junk already.
Already. Welcome to the wonderfulness of One Hope Wine. Definitely. Shout out to the sponsor on that one. Lovely, lovely. How you doing over there?
I'm all right.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm all right. I'm tired. And it's just the beginning of my busy weekend.
Yeah. There's a lot of us have that going on.
2 hours of sleep.
Yep. 2 hours of sleep and then some. I've had no hours of sleep. I've literally been up damn near. I'm going to be working on, let's see. Where did my 8? Yeah. Like 18 hours up. That's pretty much where we at right now with my life. Okay.
18 hours, that's not bad.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm not the same way.
Well, that's good for you. I'm not perfect.
Actually, I've been up more.
Okay.
Because
you didn't go to sleep.
I only had 2 hours sleep.
Well, I would.
But you were at work, all right? Yes.
Right. Okay. Granted, I was at work both jobs.
The complaint fest. Who wins?
Who wins? I don't know, but let's just call it what we're gonna call it. Trying to upload this phone. You still doing what you're doing currently right now. All right. So what made you feel like in your soul that you wanted to go live for this particular one?
Well, you mentioned it early on as something you want us to do.
Okay.
So I was trying to wait till we get at least to episode 20.
But this was like trial and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Being live. Okay. So from your thing, you can technically invite people, can't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Is
think
that
so.
it?
That's the purpose, people. Yeah, right?
No, I
Maybe
don't know
not.
what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, I don't know these technical things right now with Facebook.
Okay.
But I'm about to get in there and comment and tag people, then
Make it work.
make it work.
Make it work. Make it do what it do. You know, because when you say that you're gonna be on at 8 o'clock, it's technically like you want to be on at that time.
She's talking junk.
Okay. So I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about it. She just saying stuff. She just think your jaw. You know.
Ha ha ha.
Let's see. I want to do. Like to introduce the process, right?
Hmm.
I would like to, introduce the process.
Give it a few more minutes. We almost there.
Okay.
I just gotta share it to the right spaces.
Mm-hmm. Do what you do.
Two people on, that's me and you.
Hello. That's it. Everybody else is at a comedy show.
Which one?
We definitely need to talk about the versus battle, that's for sure.
Which one? What comedy show?
Whoever was here last night.
I don't know.
I don't know. Funny Bone.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was only concerned about Throwback Thursday.
Which was amazing. Okay? That was really, really good. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was so amazing about it?
Outside of the company, it was the music. Okay? You was doing your thing.
I appreciate that.
I'm telling you. That's like what you're there for. You're there for the music. So, it was feeding my soul. And it was very inviting. It was good. I appreciated it. Thought you did a great job.
We'll be back next week.
Next week, that's how you keeping it?
Every Thursday, yeah.
Okay. Sounds great. And the service was on point. Shout out to Corey and his team over at the Cloud. It was amazing.
I didn't realize that they're a cashless business.
Oh, yeah.
You only order on the app.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely, if you've never been there, you're a little confused.
You were, yeah, truly.
So now people will know.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Because I'm like...
We got one more on. Let's see.
That is us. Is it not?
What?
Because,
You looking for the invite thing? No.
I know how to do it. Got my thing right there.
The other thing about this is we can still save it and post it later.
Mm-hmm.
All that good stuff. Oh, that's what you did.
What did I do?
Tagged it. So you ready?
Oh, okay.
Actually.
That's what's up. Got them in on it? Yeah. Okay. So it's that.
Rich gave me a shout out too on Facebook. I appreciated that.
Oh, that's what's up.
It was like, it's good vibes.
Shout out to the zoo.
Actually got a lot of shout outs about that.
Yep. H.E.R. We happen to be at the headquarters right now, making it happen with Maine Event live in Miss Sauce. Saucy sauce. Now that's how it goes with all the stuff. More likes, more replies. Let's do this, and my whole thing.
That class paid off, huh?
Which one?
Remember that class you took for the one wine about um, how to market it on social media or whatever
Oh
you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah. Definitely. For real, for real. So it gets it. So
People be on shortly. There's a lot of bored
yeah.
people in Albany right
You know
now.
what I'm done with you?
It's an accurate statement, though.
No, it's not.
Man, listen.
Um, tag. You could tag Shavina Richardson in it, and then I could share it from there.
Trying to. Going back.
Oh, okay. Something happened.
I think Facebook changed a lot of things.
Yeah, I think so. And something came up there. Trying to make it happen.
We
Hold
getting
on.
there.
Just maybe all my processes. And that's it.
It's probably easier to go from a personal page.
Yeah, thought it might be.
As much members as we got on this page, you think?
Yeah.
You and your two phones.
You know what?
One's for work, and one's for Pimp and Shay.
Whatever. He always got jokes. It's not the case. Not the case.
I'm saying you know.
Not the case. Not the case at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Nope. Nope.
So what else you do during the week besides go to bachelorette parties and turn up with me at Throwback Thursday?
Just work. You know, I had came off of, you know, um, celebration of life technically, but of a transition of my aunt and stuff like that. Rest in peace, Aunt
Condolences.
Hester. And shout out to my family in Queens, New York, New York. Nunu and Landa, sending love, and Nene, sending love to y'all. But that was rough because she was the matriarch of the family, last one of our elders and stuff like that.
Mm.
My grandmother's baby sister.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the last one to go. So that was deep. So I'm still a little bit processing, but grateful that she's no longer suffering and stuff like that. So
Oh, she was sick.
well, she was older. She was
Oh,
82. She lived a
gotcha.
good life.
Gotcha.
She died in her sleep. So that to
Oh,
me, that's the way I want to go. So universe, if you listening, let me get so old that I go in my sleep. That's how I like to go. And
mm-hmm.
that's it.
Yeah.
Next to some amazing, loyal, you know what? My husband, okay? He coming. That person.
So how's that coming along? Story time.
You first. What's going on with you in your dating life? How's that working out for you?
Not much. Not much at all.
Okay.
See, I'm single. I posted this the other day, but I'm single, I believe, for a number of reasons. One, I don't smoke weed or smoke at all. I guarantee if I smoke weed, my phone will never be dry.
Because people just want to be around you so they can smoke too for free. Well,
that seems to be the case.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Because you don't smoke weed, do you?
I don't smoke weed. Yeah, but I don't believe that is the case. But people do some weird things in life. I don't have to tell you, but
I also don't like pets and animals.
Well, my kids are transitioning, and I'll be so grateful when the they finish transitioning to their own places and things. Okay, very.
So wait, I said I don't like
because
pets and animals.
We have a
and
pit
you
bull.
Start talking about okay.
We have a pit bull.
I'm like, you start talking
and it's
about
their dog.
and being happy that they leaving soon. Like what?
It's their dog, and I'm like, I want my house back. I want my house back. Okay. So it's like my toy poodle passed away. So since she passed away, I vowed I wasn't gonna get no more dogs. Then it appeared that my oldest daughter, she wanted a dog, so that's how that happened. But anyway, tapping into the greatness of this is Dear Love and Lust, podcast. We are here with the creator himself, Maine Event over here
and the lovely Bklyn Shay. Right.
What up? Okay, so whether y'all tuning in or not, we are here.
You will see the replay.
Okay, you will get the replay and then some, where we coming together like a Dear Abby type of thing. We get the questions in and stuff like that. We answer your questions the best of our knowledge. We are not experts, but we are just two people who have evidently, if you've been following us, this is episode 19. Okay, yeah. We're just two people who have been through some shit. Okay,
life experience.
Truly life experiences. So we're here we seeking to do this live so we can have some type of interaction and stuff like that. And we want y'all to kind of drop their questions in here and stuff like that, so we could
questions
answer
in the
comment section.
If you want to be private, you can inbox me or Bklyn Shay. We are not out to tell everybody's business. We're not that interested in your business like that to be sharing. But we do want to answer your questions. Give you some experience responses. So if you got any questions, let us know.
We'll go a question.
What is that?
Shavina Richardson. She always asking them questions.
How do you know when someone is the one?
Let's go here.
In my opinion, and based on my personal experience, there is gut feeling.
Okay.
There is behavior and interaction. There is communication that can weather peaceful flows and then disagreements, but still continue. There is chemistry. There is attraction. There is soulmate kind of vibes. Okay. But soulmates are not always the one.
Okay. We spoke about this early on, episode pretty much 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Okay. So okay. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's more so when their actions line up with their words. Definitely the chemistry. Mm-hmm. Consistency, loyalty, and I was speaking yesterday, and I was talking to Bricks about it, and I was saying, it matters when someone can show up for you when you can't show up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It matters when someone paying attention to you enough that you don't have to necessarily tell them what your needs are. They're already meeting your needs before you even ask. Okay. Mm-hmm. When there's this level of comfortability that you're always your authentic self when you're around that person and you're not wearing a mask, you know.
That's a
So
good one.
you're very relaxed. So like you'll take a shit in front of the person and be comfortable. That
Now that's extra, but
I mean
yes,
it's
I get it.
extra,
I
but you
get it.
understand what
I
I'm
get it.
saying?
I
Like you
get it.
don't be like, yo, you gotta leave. Or, you know, whatever. You're comfortable with that
And if they
process.
can stand.
Yeah, and if they can withstand the test of time and comfortable with your shit, then okay. Then maybe that's what it is. But um I think, you know, it really happens. Like time will tell, and you know, we got certain things that happen in those courtships, in those moments where you really know, like, yo, okay, this is the person that I'm meant to be with, and it's rocking, you know. So that's pretty much it. Um, now
We got somebody, Kelly, tuned in.
yeah,
Kelly
hello,
Smallwood.
Kelly.
How you doing, love?
Um,
You got any questions?
yeah, hit
Just
us
put
up.
it in the comments. Ask us anything.
Truly.
Truly.
So my other question, we the discussion of statuses on Facebook. So
from the last episode.
Yes, statuses on Facebook where you change your status because you're in a relationship with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Um, you obviously the people who get married and stuff like that. So I was noting that I'm not changing my status until stop. I'm not changing my status until I'm married because that means my name changed and you know it's official. That's your husband. That's your wife. You know, and it's not that I'm uncertain about
Now, when
whoever.
you say status, you mean whether you're single, in a
Yeah,
relationship,
all that.
complicated, all that good stuff that they have on.
Right. I'm not even saying
Facebook.
like when I'm on in a relationship and stuff like that. It's nobody's business but the person who I'm dealing with or whatever. And you know, some people think like that's shady. Y'all think that's shady? If your person tell you that
What's up, Jelly?
they're not changing their relationship status on social media until they are married. What y'all think about that?
I don't think that's shady. It depends on the person. If that person that you're with and you already have trust factors and they're not insecure and they're not worried about whether or not you put them on a Facebook status,
right?
That helps.
It does
balance out the tension when it comes to stuff like that. I know married people that still haven't changed their status on Facebook.
Say, hey, I'm not a fan.
Like they haven't even posted their wedding pictures or nothing.
Jelly, you're not a fan of somebody telling you something like that? If they state that they not gonna change their status?
Let's see what she comes.
He said, we together, we together. If we're not, we're not. Facts. I totally agree with that. It's like, but it's also it's become. Don't you think it's just like everything is on social media? You know what I'm saying? So people really just be like, all right, I'm going to.
Oh, she doesn't agree with not changing your status until you're married.
I get you. I get you. But I promise you to God, so we're not gonna announce our engagement. For me, she said so we're not gonna announce our engagement. I'm gonna just say for me, no. It's not necessary.
There's levels to Facebook, right?
There's levels to this, okay? So
see, regardless of what level of you are, if you're in the public, whether you're local, regional, national,
we just go show
worldwide,
yes,
you tend to not have
jelly
shout out the bricks.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if they change the status as long as we know what's up. Exactly. Hey Sheena. Look, and Larry, what up, baby? I'm very serious about it. Like, if that is what you guys have together is mutual, you know that this is what it is. It's no sweat. So it's just like personal space. So if I'm part of your personal space, I should be a part of your Facebook space. I would
I
agree.
like that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But it's like the pictures, the whatever y'all choose to put up there or whatever, somebody they know that, you know, that's your person. Y'all together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like keep the person totally off your social media apps or whatever you're gonna do, but I mean, yes, an engagement would be more than likely. Let's go back to that one. An engagement would be celebrated, okay? But changing the actual, okay, I'm with so and so. I just because I get engaged, I'm not going to still change my status. And the person that I'm with would have to be extremely comfortable with the fact that I'm not doing that until we walk down that aisle. And I'm like, you know what? Bow. Check out my name.
So, all right, let me break this down in my main event way. All right. So
it's not. Thank you.
When we were in high school, right? Our social media.
Oh, wait a minute. Because Jelly says that she said a lot of times when I see people not want to post their significant other, it's because there's another. And that's what you about to go into?
No, okay.
That's what you about to go into? Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you think?
All right. So when we were in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our online connection was AOL.
Right.
We were in chat rooms. We used to be asked your age, sex, location, and relationship status.
Mm-hmm.
So if you started chopping it up with somebody, they knew who you are and what you were going on, right?
Right.
Now we have evolved into social media and apps and websites like Facebook,
mm-hmm.
Instagram,
yep,
TikTok, Snapchat.
Right.
They need to be writing your checks, saying their names out loud. But
you sure are.
What it is.
You going there. You going there.
But all of them have become a way of life out of habit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you first got on the AOL chat, you ain't even know what the AS/L stuff meant. You were just on. You're like, okay. Well, what's that? Okay. You know what I mean? There were all these little codes and all these little things that you had to learn and come accustomed to. Okay. And once you were on there, you got into the habit of being on AOL, you started adapting that into your normal way of life. This is what happens with Facebook. So people, initially Facebook was college people only. Mm-hmm. People that were in college or just graduated from college, and they wanted to keep in touch with their friends or talk about each other. And literally, some of the earliest Facebook posts were all about somebody's personal life to share with their peoples to see what was going on with them. Okay. So with that habit already formed,
I just gonna let y'all know that I'm the militant of the group. What time is it? Because that's the time my food supposed to be here.
8:50.
All right.
So that might be your food calling.
It might be. But I told him to ring the bell.
Yep, you need a college or military. You're right about that. Mm-hmm. It just became a habit. Yeah, people are used to this in the company.
All right, they going hand in hand. Okay, excuse me.
All right, Bklyn Shay going to get food. I'm still here. Y'all can keep asking questions.
Answer. Look at what Jelly said. She said something about what's the name?
If I'm committed to someone, but they're publicly putting out that they are single, that's a little red flag to me. I agree. That's you know, I mean, again, but it depends on the person. Unless you're married, technically you're still single. You know what I mean? But if you are in a committed relationship and y'all actively and truly involved with each other, yeah, you should be able to share and post on social media if you want to. Bklyn Shay about to turn this into a mukbang or whatever you call that.
You know what? That was a lie.
She hungry?
I'm hungry.
I should have told you to order me food.
You should have, but that didn't happen. That didn't.
And where'd you get that from?
The place that I'm not going to mention because they ain't sponsoring me.
Shauna, what's up? Lori, what's up?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But say
She said, I understand if you're just
yeah.
talking, not changing your relationship status, but once commitment comes into it, yeah,
Right,
that's
exactly.
sensible.
Like once it's a commitment. So Jelly, hear me right. So I'm not a cheater, nor have I ever cheated on anybody I've ever been with. Okay,
Me neither.
even I'm a divorcee now or whatever. But what I'm saying is that for me, just because I've seen so much on social media and we always just promoting this, promoting that. I'm speaking for myself. Um, career wise, help me out. A whole bunch of other stuff,
Everything.
all the other stuff. Okay, so everything we put on Facebook, some things are just for me sacred a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that I'm not gonna promote my person. Trust me, when I'm with somebody and it's specifically just us rocking like that, most recently than not, trust me, you're gonna see his face all over the place because that means that he is going to be the prospect, okay? And he's the person that I'm really rocking with on that level. And when it's official, I will put up more than likely a status to say I'm officially off the market, but I won't change my status until that man changes my last name. And that's just me, okay? So yeah.
Everybody is different.
Yeah.
Everybody has their
And
own
she just said
perception.
that too, that we all
Yep,
understand that we
she
different.
definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to DJ Biz. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Tammy on the check. And we see y'all.
Yes. Real talk.
Make sure y'all share this live. If you're on it, share it with your friends. Invite your friends to join in the chat. We're going to be here for a little while. We just want to have some fun.
We just want to have some fun. So put some more questions out there.
I keep doing the Birdman hands right now. I don't know why. Habit.
You got that right. So I'm just saying, I literally have been up for 100 hours. It feels like, and Maine said he's been up for 100 hours as well.
I've only had 2 hours of sleep.
Feel free to help yourself. I do not mean to be disrespectful.
There ain't no disrespect. We live. We doing what we want.
I'm really, really, really hungry. So, go ahead. You go.
I don't live my life by social media, so whether you change your status as to being in a relationship with me or not isn't important as long as in real life it's known. Right. Now that's a good point.
Facts.
Why do people seek validation on social media? Because it has become a habitual way of life. Mm-hmm. Facebook wasn't as popular when it first came out. What is it, 2003, 2005? Mm-hmm. Black Planet was the most popular, like in College Club was more popular back then.
Correct.
MySpace. Mm-hmm. MySpace was the move.
What is it?
And it's still around, but Yahoo didn't really have chat. It was just email. Well, they had chat rooms.
They had the chat rooms and stuff.
But you didn't really connect in that.
Yeah, but you still had conversation.
Yahoo, yeah, Yahoo always been bootlegging.
People did a lot. Yeah, people just, always just want to know what people got going on. And we brought this up before because it's like, you just have to be confident in who you are. And we all are different. Mm-hmm. Their emotional intelligence is ridiculous. It's like they are so immature. Right.
As soon as you change your status, people message you talk about, oh, he was in my inbox. Fact. Didn't we have a conversation about that? What was that? Couple episodes ago?
Yes, we did.
People are delusional.
They sure are.
Especially a certain type of woman. Yes, I'm being general about certain types of women because there was a moment in time where somebody came up to me and told me I was interested in a person, and they told me I wasn't gonna holler at you or sit down and have dinner with you because I was told you be in all the girls' faces. And I'm like, what? Yeah, like, yeah, you be in the inboxes. I'm like, huh? All right. So I had to break it down to her. So when I'm in somebody's face, do I have a camera in my hand and am I at an event?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm at an event with a camera in my hand or it's my event, I'm saying hi to everybody in the building.
Correct.
That's part of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm inboxing or DMing somebody, I'm likely promoting or sending a flyer to somebody. But I'm not going to just send you a flyer. I'm going to say, hello, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Check out this event I got going on a couple weeks. I'm going to engage in conversation, not just randomness. That's how you retain, people paying attention. And you develop relationships with people that support you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Shout out, Kiana. What's good?
Right. Definitely. We talking about your status on social media. Whether or not if your partner and you, if y'all come to an agreement that y'all not going to necessarily change your status to in a relationship with, see, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That does that necessarily mean that you're stepping out, you're cheating with somebody else or anything like that? Or is that just you have this level of confidence that it's only the business between y'all two? Men they gossip a lot too, and they want to know what's going on at all course. Mm-hmm.
Jelly, yes, they do gossip, and they are the worst, and they lie, and they will hate on each other and their best friend over some shit.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people need to think that you're available, but when you get to a status that people know what it is, nobody cares.
Kiana, this is the whole point of the live to get started. We're gonna get you started. So if you got questions,
let's go.
Topics you want to talk about, we're here for the next.
We here for it completely.
A little while.
For real. Because this was something that we were talking about, and I was like, yo, I don't care. So as long as I know for a fact, Amundo, this person is faithful, y'all established whatever y'all established, and you solid, okay? So if your person chooses to step out, that's on them. They're choosing to do that. That means that you're not meant to be with that person. Mm-hmm. The baby thing. Ooh, what do we think about the baby thing?
We gonna get to that.
Ooh, okay, get to it. You want some of this chicken? Because I promise you, God ain't gonna be none. And I don't have no shame in my game. Normally not. And you said that you gonna talk about that. We talk about the baby and all that process. Go there, since she brought it up.
All right. There's a lot of back and forth about it, right? There's a lot of people that don't have a problem with what he said. And then there's a lot of people that do have a problem with what he said. It can go either way. But what I think the baby's mistake was not paying attention to the actual demographic that has been listening, supporting, booking, putting him in the people that are on the radio stations that play him, the people that are in the marketing offices that help promote him, the people that are in the marketing offices of the people that sponsor and sign him to endorsements.
Right.
He don't realize that he did not appear to realize that majority of the people that actually helped make him famous, and I say majority loosely, but it might actually be the majority these days, are of the LBGQT community. I said that right?
No, but that's all right. You almost got it. You almost got it, but it's okay.
My apologies.
Completely.
So
go there.
He made a grave mistake. And here's one thing. I do actually believe his apology was sincere. The second one.
Yeah. Some things are just tasteless.
Growing up the way I did, there's a lot of things I would not know had I not been around some different people with some different views. For instance, like even the whole born gay subject. Um,
I don't think he said anything homophobic either. I'm with you, Jelly, on that one. Okay.
it's not about homophobic. What it was is, according to what I read, the issue was when he mentioned HIV and then put a sexual act that is usually associated with homosexuality
Right.
after that statement, he created an energy to assume that his comment about HIV
Mm-hmm.
was being connected to gay lifestyles and
Right.
so forth.
And that
And
was
there
ridiculous.
has been a long stigma of AIDS and HIV being solely a gay disease, which it's actually not. Um,
I agree with that one.
so
They need to be held accountable. You're right. You want some rice and stuff? Yeah, they definitely need to be held accountable because it's like everything is just socially acceptable. It's like they could say whatever they say, and they know that people are following them on this magnitude that is just basically igniting, more racial slurs, more discrimination, and everything like that. That's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So the society as a whole, I agree, needs to just be more mindful about the things we say on social media, and that's how this is tied into what we're talking about of people being in other people's business and being able to comment appropriately with freedom of speech, yes, but we need to be way more mindful of these things, way more. So what would you say?
yeah, I mean, I'm mindful because there's a lot of things that I didn't like. Even the fact that I said it wrong. You know what I mean? Some people will be highly offended by that. You know what I mean? Of that community,
Mm-hmm.
because there's an expectation for us outside of that community to take a level of interest or education in that lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
um, to help with the coexistence of
I would agree.
that community with the heterosexual community or the traditional community of this society.
Mm-hmm.
But again, somebody has to educate you about that. You know what I mean? And there's not a lot of people that are in my circles growing up that would have taught me these things until I stepped out of my circles to learn about these things. You know what I mean?
You see that? Times are changing. People definitely need to be educated. Totally agree with that. And that's what we're here for. I mean, you're here to be educated, but you're not here to belittle anybody or do anything like that. That's tasteless. You know what I'm saying? People get on TikTok and they using TikTok for whatever form that they want to, but most of it is for fun. It's for people to come out and just enjoy. Um, I feel the same way about Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine yards. People looking at other people's life as entertainment, and what you're gonna take from it is what you're gonna take from it. But we truly need to be mindful if we have a influence in a platform. We need to be held accountable for certain things. That's just it's fortunate but unfortunate. You chose to be in the limelight, then it comes with a level of responsibility. As we know, the saying goes, right? To whom much is given, much is expected. So that's just what people gotta follow suit. Yeah.
Going back, I see somebody said, he's a mess. He needs to be canceled. They only apologize when a man tells you to. um, Tammy, I believe she meant to say everyone is feeling too sensitive. The freedom of speech, and either you like it or you don't. Just like comedian is, everything is going to be censored, and a lot of people are too sensitive about it. Somebody said, let's hold the rappers accountable for polluting the youth.
Mm. They're doing a whole lot more than that.
Listen, you have to understand, art is a reflection of the society and the environment that the artist grew up and lives in and is exposed to.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Perfect
know.
example.
I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, just like Erica Badu said. Okay.
But here's the thing. Here's a perfect example, right? Look at Jay-Z. When Jay-Z first came out, he was rapping about things that he was surrounded by culture-wise. As he got older and evolved and he was seeing more different things, his rap flow changed, his content changed. You know what I mean? A lot of people get mad at like a lot of the Midwest Chicago rappers and Atlanta rappers, but you have to understand they're rapping about their particular culture and their essence, what they see every day. And we are buying into it because we like how it sounds. You know, regardless of what it says, or what they're saying, we buy into it. And they get popular. But if you notice, there's a number of rappers that started out with a lot of violent content, a lot of hood, a lot of drug content, but as they grow and get more money and get exposed to different things, their content changes.
Speaking of content, the versus battle. Let's get into some fun shit, okay? This is not that this is not fun. However, please tell me, real talk, who had your vote? And I know everything was going on social media and stuff like that. I'm from Brooklyn, but you know, neither here nor there. But I'm gonna tell you, I felt that the lot held it down. Period. That's just my point. Plain. And they are artists, and they were up there putting on a show, which could appear to think that being from that level of NYC, that they were about to go there with each other, but they completely shut it down and let it be known that that's not what was gonna happen. But Jadakiss, yo, salute.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Yeah. The locks, it was everything. Yes, Jadakiss, dig it.
If you go
when he threw it on the floor, Jelly, yes. When he threw it on the floor, I was like, oh, hold up. It's about to go down.
If you go through my news feed, you will see I chose the locks from jump. However, I did not think it was going to be a slaughter massacre.
Yes.
That it was.
He hit the freestyle. Yes, Larry. God. Yo, he hit that freestyle like what? I don't know. Jim Jones fell off the stage. With the launch.
He denied that.
He denied falling.
I think there was something that said it was edited to make it look like he fell off the stage.
Whatever.
But Nah, you fell, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely real hip hop. And it just made you just get back to that space and time where you're like, yo, I'm here for all of that.
Yo, honestly,
that shit was
they were in the Hulu Theater at the Garden. But it literally reminded me of the days when we used to have, it seemed like lunches were long as hell. Even though they're only like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And the dudes that were nice at rapping were always battling or cracking jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what that made me feel like.
That was great. It was everything.
I was watching on my big screen.
He said he was like, I ain't gonna battle nobody in no leather. Going on with the leather pants. When he first started that, I was like, forget about it. He about to tear him down the whole time. It was everything. Yeah. I
agree. PV Dipset was sloppy.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
They definitely got their ass handed to him.
You said Tammy said Kim headline the hot mess. Oh my goodness. There was a lot of things. What was your favorite part of Versus? What's your favorite part? Drop it in there. Definitely. And it did show.
The braids.
Yes. The braids on Jim Jones was too old.
Jimmy like Kawhi Leonard. He ain't never gonna take them braids out.
Correct. Yes, Bricks. Absolutely. When they went back to back, that was up. Yeah, they was rapping. They was doing. I was shocked that they were lip syncing over their shit. I'm like, Why are they doing it?
This is what I believe happened, right? So when Versus first started, the artists weren't actually performing.
Yes.
They were literally just sharing their songs and talking about the songs and then talking junk to each other about who's better or who sold the most hits, you know, respectfully and playfully. Once we were able to go back outside, then the performances came into play.
Facts.
You know what I mean? The Monica Brandy one was right where the shift started to happen. Because they were making, Brandy was like, you better sing the song. Same with Monica.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they weren't prepared to really sing, but then they did. And then what made it really shift, Gucci Mane and Jeezy. They came out performing.
Right. And put on a show.
And that was like, now that was scary.
Okay.
Because there's some real personal history there, tragic and violent. But respect to Swiss and Tim, they put it in position where it worked out in more of a positive manner and
right,
just made it work. Now, fast forward to the Locks. The Locks came prepared for war. The Locks is short for their old name, which is Warlocks.
Yo.
Diddy made them change it, said, nah, we don't want to act like we're a violent group. Diddy wanted to put the shiny suits on them to help them sell records.
Did I miss that when he said that? What? He said, I know niggas who went to jail to get their team fixed.
Yes.
Yo, I swear. I must have been helping a mom at that time.
What's crazy, I think that's still an old verse. That's an old verse.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Horrible. But I'm talking about they went for the juggler and they had it, oh my goodness, just executed so freaking well. I was like, you know, typically you just want to skip some things.
The Locks took verses and turned it into URL Smack DVD.
Listen. Facts.
What was the Rap Olympics when they used to have the battle raps all over?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, Mickey. Yes.
But what I appreciated more about this in comparison to like the other, you know, the URLs and the Smack DVDs, they were rapping with the beat.
Yes. And go ahead, PV up here. When you said it right. When he went a cappella, I'm like, yo, say less. I'm telling you, it was like being back in Brooklyn on the block. We talking about the streets are closed down because we having a block party. You got the dance groups, they battling. You got people in there doing their thing. It was amazing. It was just such a great feel, yo. It's like this is artistry at its finest. Lyricism, just amazing. Where they was cutting them, and I was like, they didn't even catch that. They did not even catch it. I was like, they're gonna catch it later, because he was like, yo, why you line it up like that? He was like, oh, you know, you shouldn't have went there. Why you put that one out there first? Like, it was insane. Okay, it was insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, shout out to the homie DJ Biz. He actually was in the garden backstage. I was supposed to go with him, but he left without telling me. But I ain't mad. I wasn't ready anyway, so.
Can't even.
But he had texted me. Cam just went back in his car.
Wow. That's how it turned off from me. He what?
No, this is before they even came out on stage. I was like, so it's not gonna happen. He was like, I don't know, it's a lot of energy back here. You know what I mean? He almost got a picture with Timberland, but Cam had literally just ran to his car. Nobody knew where he was going or if he was coming back. So there was a moment where it was like, man, this might not happen. Well, if it happens, it might not happen with Cam.
Wow.
I
didn't even know that was his ass. Even though they kept saying Cam, I'm like, that can't be him. Looking that Matt, I couldn't even believe it.
Well, I think his barber didn't show up. Ness, what up? I see you on the check-in. Shout out to Ness Nice.
Yeah.
And then there was also an issue, and in fact, Joe actually talked about it on his Joker show on Instagram.
Yes, Jelly.
With Kimbella.
She said about the Miami. What he said? He was like, "You're not even from. You live in Miami." I'm like, He's like, "This is real New York." Said,
yo, the locks are literally when hip hop be talking about real.
Mm-hmm.
The lock should be like the picture next to the definition on the Urban Dictionary of what real is, because they are so authentic.
Yeah, when they was in sync, dropping them lines, like I mean, didn't miss a beat, didn't stumble, didn't. I said, "See what I'm talking about?" And here we go, Jim Jones with the freaking jury shit. I was like, "Stop it, Ballin'." Before he did
pulled
Ballin',
a ghost face from
before they did Ballin'.
You remember Jay-Z when he did the when they had the movie Fade to Black, and then Ghostface got Slick Rick chain.
Oh my
God. He pulled one of those.
It was like for real. Ridiculous. What you said, T? That was a battle. Yes, it was showmanship at its finest. You got that right. Absolutely. Yo, so real talk, dear Love and Less, we appreciate y'all being here for sure. This is great conversation. Do y'all happen to have any questions that y'all want to put out there? The verses, we know that was a wrap. The locks took it, for sure.
Yo, the fact that people are still talking about it 4 days later, I ain't never seen the verses be talked about that long, except for like the Jeezy joint.
Speak what Jelly said. What she said?
I don't know. I'm getting interrupted.
Hold on. He said free.
He said Freaky the only fat one getting paid, but he yes, I remember when he said that. Now that verses was real hip hop. You know what I mean? Jada Kish comes from the school of MCs. When you go back to how hip hop started.
Right.
And you know, a lot of people were all nervous or whatever, you know, with the back and forth. But when you look at when hip hop started, that's what they did. You had a DJ who would loop the break beats.
Right.
He had an MC, and the MC would rap about the other DJs that might be on the bill with the party or the block party or whatever was going on, or the one that was doing a party across the way, and they would talk bad about them because that crew, that MC, and that DJ felt that they were the best in the world.
It was fire. Pay attention to your feet. So we asked a question about what is it that you know what?
Like
we talking about trauma now because Darian said something real good. He said, "Why don't women know how beautiful they really are?"
Women or black women? Are we? Let's be specific.
Darian, you heard that?
Are we talking about women in general or black women?
Jelly said because of trauma. Brick said because some men make them feel less. Why can't men be honest about their feelings and not afraid to show them? Woo! Okay. DJ Ness Nice on the check-in. What up, bro? He said, and the locks went to Diddy. Hello? Say that again. What are you talking about? He said black women. PV said black women. Okay. You ready to go in there? You going? Yeah. Okay.
You can go.
Go ahead.
No, you can go first.
Okay, so
ladies first.
Let me finish what I got in my mouth.
I didn't say nothing.
For those who are tuning in now, I have coming off of 18 now, 19 hours of being up. Busy all damn day. I didn't have nothing to eat. So I do apologize because some people get offended when you sitting up here eating this food like this, okay? So as PV tied in to say why people, black women, don't know how beautiful they are, I am well aware of whatever the Lord has blessed me with, and I am not ashamed of taking down this food real quick, okay? So I am very comfortable in my skin, all right? So whatever trauma I might have had is not affecting me by the way that I'm going to put this food in my mouth, okay? Which you have been seeing, all right? And again, it's a loaded question. All
right. So, things that I have learned and heard from black women things that I have read. Um,
Tammy asked you the question.
the issue over time has been the perpetual effort from those not of the African diaspora
Mm-hmm.
to make black women seem less than all other races, either out of fear, either because they feel threatened, either because they wanted to control and colonize. Um, they have always been put in a position to be made to
Yeah,
feel in less than.
truly.
Always, it's not good enough. Your butt's too big, your lips too big,
Mm-hmm.
your skin's too dark, you're not healthy. You know what I mean? You're overweight because you have curves. Um, your hair, all these different things over the years, and since the beginning of colonialism, we black women have been made to feel less than beautiful by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they have not been put in position of status outside of, their own, circles and brothers and sisters, um, to be made to feel beautiful. And
Hello.
somebody that's close to you, that's your friend, that's your loved one, can tell you they're beautiful till you're blue in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That will not give the level of validation that they are seeking when it comes to getting that same validation from somebody that is not close to you, outside of your circle, and just from the outside the diaspora.
Well, I truly believe that some men think that they ain't good looking either. Okay, where there's some level of insecurities, and I'm now we getting into the same issue in regards to just like they weight, they stature. Maine and I've been talking about it since we started this podcast, right? About losing weight, being more healthy and stuff like that. Because as we get older, you know for a fact, diabetes, heart complication, all type of health issues and stuff like that. So the status quo about being lean and being trim and doing all the type of stuff, that's more so to me should be the focus of being more healthy versus what the beauty and how we utilize certain things to make us, enhance our beauty, feel better about life. But women, black women, have been beaten down so much history wise, okay, feeding off of Maine and what he was talking about as well, that sometimes it is hard to take a compliment or for you to truly believe that somebody vested in you and not necessarily your full appearance and stuff like that. I had did a scientific experiment because I Tammy knows, right? I was like, not for nothing, I'm in school and I wasn't eating at all. So I put on about seriously 60 pounds when I was trying to finish up my second degree, right? And it was during COVID time stuff going on too. And I could care less that I put on this weight. But I said, let me see whether or not if these extra pounds are going to stop someone from coming at me. No. If it did
But
anything, I felt like it
you
made people more attracted. Like, okay,
you are a different breed of woman. I have to add.
okay.
Um, you know what I mean. Even if you gain weight, you still didn't lose your curves,
Mm-hmm.
and regardless of what
Very
race,
superficial jelly.
um, you know, men are attracted to shapes visually,
Mm-hmm.
and you have one of those type of shapes that
Mm-hmm.
they find attractive. And you're a very pretty woman overall in general, and you got energy, lovely energy. You know what I mean.
Right.
You don't have. I mean, a lot of men definitely find you intimidating, but that's because, well, we're not gonna go there right now. But
Yeah, it's not. We stay on target. Read
um,
some of the stuff that Jelly and them talking about.
now I wanted to ask PV one more thing. Now, I think what he was tapping into when he asked that question
Mm-hmm.
was less about the historic aspect and just on the modern aspect. Instagram standards, BBL standards. Um, when you go on social media,
Mm.
constantly comparing yourself to a lot of manufactured beauty and identity, um, of what so-called beauty is.
Mm.
Um, you see a woman dressed in, little to nothing, um, posting, and she's altered or posed her body in a way that looks, her shapes look incredibly curvy and shapely.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see that person has hundreds of thousands of likes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not drinking anything today but water.
Okay, good job. All right.
So that makes it harder for
Exactly, Jelly.
another woman to feel
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you on that
comfortable in
one.
their own beauty when they're not getting that 100 likes when they put up a simple selfie or a simple
Yeah,
pose in a
but
nice.
but again, this all continues to tie into social media. PV, I personally believe, based off of people and what they see, and they see all these people going to get their body fixed. I remember when black women never got anything, altered titties, nothing. Nobody did plastic surgery. Nobody was talking about it. It was taboo, right? Then all of a sudden, here come Dr. Miami, here come this person, here come that person, and they were just like flooded now. So now it becomes a moneymaker. Now they want to, showcase to black women like, okay, this person's doing it. Let me go, let me basically enhance that population. Okay, so now I'm gonna target them because I know I can make money off of these, sisters and stuff like that. People actually financing their bodies. Okay, did you know that in Atlanta, I'm just speaking Atlanta as one of the places. I'm sure it's all over. But one of my really, really good friends, I'm not saying he's a sugar daddy or anything like that, but he financed her body. He was like, he kept telling her, oh, I wish you do some more squats and all this other type of stuff. I wish your butt was a little bit bigger. So she said, okay, motherfucker, we're going to pay for it. And this mofo, to his credit, was like, say less, and paid for her to get a, what is it, a BBL or
Yeah,
whatever,
BBL.
the butt lift.
Brazilian butt lift.
And I said, be careful what you ask for in life, because he was like, show and prove. Now they still together, you know what I'm saying? But this is the type of relationship that they have that worked for them. So was she insecure about her body and what she looked like and stuff like that? Because we talking about superficial stuff. Okay, we're not talking about internally. No, but he wanted some more, to hold on to, as he says. And he paid for it and financed it. I'm sorry. All right, so I thought that was deep.
It is deep. I'm a person that
he said, let me call the phone. That's not one live. Yo, PVA, I love you. Go ahead, call it. It's the see if it ring. It's the 518 915. I don't care. People call this phone all the time. 915-4424. Call that phone if you got a question.
Nah, he wants to chime in on what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Tammy says, why good women can't get a good man? If the woman that's nasty and has no drive gets and can't cook, treat it like a queen. From a male perspective, in general, not from me specifically, men are raised.
What's up, Huey?
Men are raised under stereotypical guidance. When I was younger, one of my friends had a real crush on a girl. She wasn't ugly, but she wasn't the prettiest. She was a sweetheart. She was nice. She had glasses. You might call her nerdy, but I wouldn't say she was a nerd. You might call her, awkward. She was cool. But she was a decent looking girl, but she wasn't the prettiest girl in the classroom. He got clowned for dating. So much so that he ended up breaking up with her. And what I tried to tell him, and he realized this later on in life, those dudes only clowned you because they wanted what you had.
Mm-hmm.
You had a good woman and a good relation, good vibe.
Yep.
Um, Nobody was really in your business or stressing you. And they out there chasing the same girl, not girls, girl, the same one, trying to get the same one that everybody's talking about is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're left with none. You have something good. Now I'll give immaturity and stuff like that as a reason why he allowed that to happen. Um, but nah, I men just are raised differently overall, and that causes a lot of poor decisions to be made if we don't figure it out on our own.
They say sometimes you have to go through a lot of bad people, you know what I'm saying? Or people that's not necessarily in your good energy, okay? In order for you to appreciate the person that is really meant for you, okay? I got you on PV. Hold on one second. So, you know, and that's something that we have talked about because both of us have been cheated on, okay,
Yeah.
in our marriages, all right, hence the reason we divorced now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a hard pill to swallow, self-esteem wise, because you're like, wow, seriously, this what we doing now? I done birthed your damn children, okay, and you choosing to destroy our family or for something that you think is greener on the other side. So Tammy, in keeping what you saying, sometimes it don't matter what you look like, don't matter how much you cook, clean, take care of home. It is all that other person's issue. So you could be the best woman on the planet. If that man, woman, person, partner is not for you, it's not going to work out. You're going to get your lesson and your blessing, and you're going to move the fuck on. Okay? And be comfortable and confident in the fact that God took that person out of your life and you're about to be blessed tremendously. So when the person is meant to show up for you, they're going to show up and it's over. And that's it. You're going to know when it's the right time for it. And
Jelly is definitely right. Some women do the same thing. You're right.
Yes, completely.
They act like the dude that works a 9 to 5 can't be the business compared to the rich dude or the hustler drug dealer. I get it. PV's on the line. We're going to let him chime in.
Yeah,
real
PV
quick.
on the line real quick, y'all. All right.
Can we hear him?
Yeah, hold on. Let me turn it up.
I love what y'all stumbled on.
Yeah, we can hear him.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I'm just happy to tune in at the right time. First and foremost, I just want to say what's up. Glad seeing what y'all doing.
What up, PV?
Supported.
Thank you so much.
Everybody about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is dope. But kind of going in the direction that Shay was going with our relationships. I've been through a similar situation myself. I'm not going to go into like full detail on that right now, but I think if I could use my thought process in getting to where I got to as a way out, so to speak, I got to a point in my life where I had to start pointing fingers and I had to figure out what was wrong with me.
Right.
With myself, right? You know, so I think one of the issues that we got in the Black community, we're some of the most beautiful people on the planet that just don't know it. Obviously, slavery played a factor. How people view us and the media that's being generated out there plays a factor. So we never really had a chance to discover us without outside influences trying to influence us. Mm-hmm. But in today's time, we're in the information age and we can no longer use that as an excuse. We got all the answers we ever needed at our fingertips on the cell phone, and I just don't think that it's being promoted or used wisely to assist in figuring out who we are. Yep. And I'm saying that because I can look at the two of you like that's some of my favorite people on the planet. You are beautiful people, and I'll just see you as beautiful, melanated people. Yes. And then it becomes my goal and my mission to spread that same mission and thought process in the eyes of others so they can see themselves as equally beautiful, like the top of the top, that's the best. And then we can break down and get into the details about staying healthy and being fit in your own skin and loving who you are. So when the person that looks like you, i.e. Black people, see you, they see the beauty in you because you see the beauty in yourself.
Come on.
So I think breaking away from the primary narratives that constantly get recycled is one thing.
Yes.
And you start to see that that's the problem itself, and where it's generated from. The issue that I came across in my time is when being with black women. I've been with every shade of melanated woman in the melanin spectrum. But it came a point in time where it's like I'm always putting all the black women in my life on the pedestal.
Yes.
But it just seems like what I was saying or giving wasn't enough. And I would ask certain people the question, like, why is it that this white ice is colder than black ice? Why is it that you only feel validated if these folks over here say that you're validated? Or why is it that you only feel validated when you got to add, or you feel like you have to add all these extra extremities and things to your natural beauty? I look at my wife all the time. We have this discussion regularly. Wake up in the morning, this is how I see it. Beautiful. I tried to take a picture of her one day upon us just waking up, and I know that sounds funny. It sounds like, yo, why would you do that? And in my mind, I'm like, why not?
Right.
This is who you're naturally beautiful as. Like, it was a discussion point that we had to talk about, because I'm literally starting to see what the inaccuracies in her thought processes are about how beautiful she is. And I'm not making this out about her. It's not about that. We talk about this all the time. I've had the same recurring issue with multiple black women in my life. So it forced me to beg the question, like, man, why is it that they don't see themselves the way I see them? Like, you're the best of the best. I've seen multiple people on the planet, been around multiple people, like, hey, you're the best of the best. We can speak about that historically. We can speak about that right now. We can speak about how you influence beauty. We can speak about why it's a standard of beauty out there outside of who you really are. But when it comes down to it, it's clear that you're the best of the best, but why is it that you don't see yourself that way?
Here's one of the things, PV. Conditioning. Who you are raised by, who you're around, who gives you your initial information about what life is and what's around you. We're all, like, there are things that I don't hold against my parents for giving me that information, but they gave me some misinformation growing up. And there were behaviors that I did under that information that actually, marked the best for me. Then I learned differently. You know what I mean? What you're dealing with and what you're discussing has to do with people that have been conditioned to be habitual a certain way and see themselves a certain way. And that only, if you're dealing with somebody that's, in their 20s, 30s, or whatever, that's 3 decades, 4 decades of recorrecting that you have to do to get them into a different mode of habit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a motto that that I've been sharing a lot this week, actually, with some personal friends of mine. Make today better than yesterday. It's a simple statement, and it allows you to focus on what you did better with your day, as opposed to what you didn't do better with your day, or whatever challenges may have came up. You know what I mean? Something as simple. I brushed my teeth a little longer than I did yesterday, so I feel my teeth are cleaner.
Okay.
That's simple.
Gotcha.
It's that simple.
You know what I mean? But you have to be in the practice of doing that all the time. And a lot of people, it's hard when you're dealing with generations of the same ideologies, passed down.
Absolutely. And you definitely touched on something to get back to what you were saying. Yep. In regards to what PV was talking about, it is about loving yourself. And when you stop putting so much focus on wanting someone to make you happy, and that person is going to complete me and all this other type of stuff, that's when your blessings come. Because you're not focused on that. You're doing self-care. You taking care of you and not thinking about nobody else. I promise you to God. When I finally had to take a look at myself, and we'll get into it, because we definitely have Roxanne on here that posed another question. PV said something to me. I don't know if you remember saying this to me, but he's been around for a couple of people.
Yeah,
okay,
we go back, PV.
He's been around for a couple of people.
Our
Okay,
exes used to be friends, and I find that
Right.
very ironic.
Listen, and listen to me. Keep it on target because we want to get to Roxanne's question. But PV said to me, he said, "Sis, you know I love you dearly. I love you dearly." He said, "But sometimes maybe you gotta take a look at yourself, just like what he said on this call." And he said, "You gotta ask yourself, what is it that it starts out all good and then it just goes left?" So I had to evaluate myself that I really had a problem with trusting people. So before it even got started, I was already sabotaging it because I'm gonna curse you out whenever you don't do something. You're gonna do 100 things right. And the moment you do something fucked up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we doing? Yes, that's what we doing. So now
all out the window.
It becomes that I'm being aggressive and she's being loud and obnoxious, or she's crazy, or she's this, or she's that. Now, granted, they were fucked up individuals and didn't deserve to be in my energy, but I definitely owned my part in terms of trying to sabotage it before it even got started. Okay, so we're gonna go there. So, you want to do Roxanne right now? PV, thank you so much for calling in and for giving us the start.
Big shout out to PV.
Thank you.
He got his own podcast too. You got to check it out.
Yes, he does. And happy anniversary again. Love you, bro.
Oh, thank you. Let me give one moment.
No, go ahead.
50 seconds, real quick.
No, go ahead.
So I really just want to shout you out real quick. You know, we always have timely talks where we sit down and we're able to, recalibrate and talk for a while, right?
Yes.
You're one of the most amazing people I know.
Thank you.
Like, and I'm not saying that just to give compliment. Like, you really are an amazing individual. And I'm glad that, we were able to have that talk about, self-discovery and, going back to self, because it really does start with us. And I'm only saying this because I'm at a point in my life where I'm extremely happy.
Yes.
I wake up every day and me and my wife smile with each other just for no reason sometimes. We're 6 years in.
Yes.
This is like new, uncharted territory for me because it's like, wow, this is so good. I don't want to mess this up. Right. And the only answer I keep coming back to is just staying consistent. But what we've cultivated is that we consistently work on ourselves so we can be better for each other.
Come on now.
And I'm like, again, the way we got together, we came, from traumatic experiences in our relationships as well. But the one thing that we had, the one, thing that we both had came to the table with is willingness. We was willing to do whatever we needed to do to make it work. And we had our ups and downs, but where we at right now is like,
magic.
It's just a beautiful, it is. It really just is a beautiful place. Like, the pictures and everything online is one thing, but that's literally how we are every day. Like, but that, again, that's just a testament to, like, us actually doing, like, a lot of self-work. And we don't stop. It doesn't stop there. Like, these are the things I speak about with being consistent. I told her, this is it, and, I'll finish listening to the podcast. I don't want to take it too much time.
That's okay.
But I told her that I want you to remember me, and everybody I know to remember me as one of the greatest men they ever met. I really want to put that kind of pressure on myself, so to speak, to really just be remembered as a great man.
And you are. Trust me when I tell you, you got people that are looking, and that's Black love at its finest, okay? You guys set the tone for what people, if you're going to be looking at something, we started out talking about statuses and people who put all their stuff up on social media and stuff like that. You are one far few in between that when people look at you guys' love story and where you started, it is very genuine, it's sincere, and I wish y'all nothing but continued blessings over and over again, and you know that for a fact, okay? So we sending love to you from the Dear Love and Lust podcast here, and keep listening, share, tell people to tune on in, okay? We appreciate you, bro.
PV stands for poetic visions, but I'm going to change it to powerful verbiage.
Powerful verbiage, for sure. We got nothing but love for that, bro. Make sure y'all look him up. Fantastic graphic artist. Thank you so much, PV.
All right, so let's get to Roxanne.
Okay, get to Roxanne.
Roxanne's question. Why some men, and I appreciate her using some, that's very important, say they want peace but do toxic stuff, and when you present it to them, you are disturbing his peace. Can I go first?
You go.
All right.
Go for it.
So, in my opinion, you are disturbing his peace, but before you react, listen to what I'm saying. His version of peace is not going to match your version of peace. And that's why that person is probably not the person for you. His version of peace is being able to do whatever the hell he wants to do, how he wants to do it, without being questioned, asked, or approached about it. Some people call that a level of, what is it, narcissism?
Narcissist.
I'm just saying.
Listen, toxic.
Lauren, what up? I see you on the check-in. But at the end of the day, what ends up happening is you have to make a conscious decision about what your actual peace is, and hope that the person that you're supposed to be sharing that peace with matches that peace.
Speak on.
If a dude is toxic, he's toxic. Same with if a woman is toxic, it's toxic. You know what I mean?
Period.
Some people like to squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom. Some people don't care and squeeze it from the middle or the top.
Yes. Listen.
If that disturbs your peace, you better find somebody that squeezes the toothpaste where you squeeze the toothpaste.
Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you. So it's like, and I'm so glad that you posed this question, because we do know that people, and Jelly mentioned it earlier about trauma. Okay. We talked about the fact that we really think that this is just, a gender thing. No, we all at some point need to heal our inner child, because growing up in our culture, there is definitely, and I'm speaking about culture because this is who I'm identifying with before somebody come and try to say something. Okay. So as people in general, these are things that we need to work on. So if somebody is coming at you in that manner, and they are continuously, no matter what you do, they are trying to down you. They telling you, oh, in the beginning, we call that just flooding you, okay? Gaslight. Do a whole bunch of things to say, oh, you're everything. You're the woman I want to be with, this, that, and the third, or you're the person I want to be with. They are like love bombing you over again, and then they retract that energy, and they just leave you there and have you wondering, is it you? Did you do something? That's emotional and mental abuse. So if this person decides to tell you that I'm talking about their trauma, they want peace, they want this, that, and the third, and they show you otherwise, I know one thing for sure, and we spoke about this. When somebody shows you who they are the first time, please believe them. Please believe them. All right. And that means that I must walk my ass right up on out of that. Okay. Because don't give it another shot to see how they could fuck you over again. All right. Because he showed you. So why they do it? Trauma.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Period. All right. And some people, they got to heal that side of themselves. It has nothing to do with you. And when you know that it has nothing to do with you, you're able to walk out of that situation with your head held high and say, I'm not going to allow nobody to talk down to me or to put me in a space where you are now disrupting my peace. Okay. And then you can't even get into the next relationship because you carrying that baggage from what just now happened to you.
Here's another thing. Some people like to argue.
Facts.
But they don't like to argue with you. That's their piece. Being able to shoot their shots at you and give the zingers and the one-liners without you responding or giving any rebuttal, that's peaceful for them. You know what I mean? And a lot of that does come from traumatic situations where they didn't have the opportunity to do it. So they ended up doing what was done to them in their childhood or previous relationship to the other person.
Yeah. And it's called displacement. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Social
period. All right.
With the definition.
So understand that part. All right. They mean it for somebody else, but you happen to be the closest person to them, and you're gonna get the brunt of that other part. All right, because they can't disclose that to whomever they trying what that is meant for. All right. So listen here, Jelly. I'm loving what you just now say. You cannot allow yourself to die while trying to save another. Hence the reason when you fly, for those people who like to travel, come on now with me, y'all. What they tell you to do? Give the oxygen to who? You first. You first. So if you know how to use that symmetry, Listen to me. You first. Always. Understand that. Self-care. Come on now. Get it together. What we got over here? Yes. Welcome, Lauren. And we glad you're here too. Said, I will admit that sometimes after dealing with too much toxicity, it spills into your other. Yeah, it does spill over into us. And we'll be lying to say that if it didn't. Because I know after your situation, was you ready to jump right up into somebody and trust them?
No.
No.
I just recently
Took years.
gained a higher level of trust.
Come on now.
Only recently. And, you know, the other thing too,
Facts.
as PV mentioned earlier when he was on the phone, self accountability is always important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I may mention and joke about, you know, my ex and what they did to me, but I have grown mature enough to understand it's not just a one-sided thing.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And that's not easy to do, especially when you've been hurt or damaged or felt that you've been done wrong.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
And you
I got over the whole "you did me wrong" thing, and just started to understand the whole dynamic of what actually took place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That victimization attitude doesn't help you heal
at all.
You know what I mean? It just extends the trauma longer.
Mm-hmm.
So once you understand, you know, all sides, there's, you know, he say, she say, and then the whole truth. You realize what you actually need to learn.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And there is nothing wrong with therapy. Do you understand? And when I tell you that relationships or people courtshipping and they trying to figure things out together and they know that it's worth it to be together, so you can unpackage your trauma with that person that you believe in, that this is your future, and you guys are willing to be on one accord. So you go to relationship therapy if you want to do that, but you have to start with you. And if you think that that's a stigma, people going to judge you, this, that, and the third, you become a better person. And that therapist may not be the right person for you. Guess what? There's a million other therapists. You find the one that's the right fit for you. And that's the person that you continue to heal past trauma, current trauma, any of that type of thing. Because you can't, if you can't show up for yourself, you're not going to be able to show up for others. All right?
And again, we are not the experts.
We are not.
We have experience.
Yes, we have. Okay?
Now she does have some.
I am a social worker. Let me get my words out, okay? So I am a social worker, and I am willing to talk to you after hours if you need that, okay?
And I'm a very well-read individual.
Yeah.
And I have experienced some things. This is mostly for entertainment. No matter how accurate we respond, we do hope that if you really are dealing with something and you need help, go seek a therapist, a professional one.
You got that right.
Interview your therapist. Don't just go see anyone, because you know it's almost the same thing as like you can't go to any church. You know how they say some churches carry the wrong images.
Let me tell you what I will do. Definitely, for anybody that's on this feed and everything, I will have Maine. I'll give him the link to African American therapists in the surrounding Capital District area. Okay. So please feel free to reach out to them if that is what you would like. But I also will share the overall registry that you can go to and you can see what their credentials are and stuff like that. And if you choose to do that, great job. All right. Whatever that works for you, because it has to start with us. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be very transparent and open about the things that have not worked for us. Why some men and women feel that they need multiple partners. You know what I'm saying? When I went through my divorce, and Maine and I, we spoke about this on one episode. I told him, I said, my God, I didn't know who I was at one point in time. Like I was out here like living. When I say living, I was living. And I didn't care who I hurt. I didn't care whatever. I mean, I was seeing married men. I was seeing whoever the hell I wanted to and didn't care nothing. But there's such a thing called karma. And karma came back and whooped my ass. And I said, let me get, okay, I got spiritual real quick and started understanding, yes, what you do unto others, it will come back onto you. So I let people know straight out the gate, if we go on date, you better be very clear about your intentions, because if you do some fucked up shit to a spiritual person, I'm just gonna let you know.
Mm,
Whether I'm spiritual or not,
mm.
it's gonna come back and get your ass real quick, and you gonna think that I did it to you, but no, karma did it. All right, and she ain't too far pretty or any of that. Period.
All right, it's almost 10. I think
All right.
we're gonna wrap it up in a few moments.
Yes, it does.
Make sure you like the Dear Love and Lust page if you haven't already.
Completely.
I'm about to put the email in the comments.
Yes.
So, you know,
I'll give you that.
our next recorded episode, we'll have some questions that we can answer. Might be some questions in the comments that we missed, but we'll probably answer in the next episode.
For sure. We definitely will. And this has been great. We thank y'all for so much for just tuning in and being here with us on this one.
We will save this so you can go back and watch it later. Consider this episode 19.
Yes.
The live show of Dear Love and Lust.
Absolutely. And we just appreciate you guys. And please share. Tell people to chime on in and everything. Maine works so hard. He does a lot. Got his merch, got his DJing, and all this other type of goody good stuff that he has going on. The people on this feed are extremely important people in the 518. So we have caterers, we got poets, we got artists, we got singers, we got teachers, we have anybody? DJs. Okay. We have people who are musicians. We have people who are some dancers. It's a lot of stuff going on that are just amazing. Okay. So make sure y'all tap into each other. I saw a lot of people commenting and liking what other people say. Add those people. This is how we build our community and keep it strong, tight knit. And that's what we trying to do. Just entertainment purposes, you know, but speaking real life and healing at the same time. So we could take an hour or two to help you do that, then we have done our job. Would you say?
Exactly.
I think so. Completely.
Anything coming up for you?
Everything is coming up. I am really finishing this book, and I can't wait. I put a little blurbage out there just to kind of get a feeler to see where people was at. So once I complete that, then I know for a fact I was like beating myself up, like, why is it taking me since 2013 to finish this book? Because I still was going through some shit.
Exactly.
So
your life is
on. And while now it's completion somewhat, but it's in a better space. So that's pretty much all I got is finishing up my book and a couple of other podcasts. No cap. Shout out to Larry Bricks. He was on here and stuff. Visit us on TikTok. We got that going on. That's a lot of good stuff. And follow us on No Cap, because Larry and I trying to figure out this relationship shit. So we doing it on a commentary type of style, but real life as well. And we want y'all to follow us and do all that good stuff. So what's up, man? What you got?
We got a lot going on.
Yes.
So
did that thing
last night was Throwback Thursday. Next week is Throwback Thursday again. At the Cloud Food Hall, which is 55 Columbia Street, right around the corner from Lodges and the Hollow.
Yep.
So make sure you come to that. No cover for that event. That's free, grown and sexy vibes all night. After work joint, 7 to 11. Yes. All right.
Thank you, Mick. We appreciate you.
Tomorrow I'm on a boat, Caribbean cruise. I'll be doing photos and I'm doing a DJ set. Shout out to Sean Black. Shout out to Sean Black. Ronnie Bop, a Young Soul. Sunday, shout out to Markia.
Come on. Yes.
I'll be at her conference, right? Making of a men's conference at the Linda. That's on the corner of Quail and Central.
Yes.
That's going to be in the afternoon, 3 to about 8. She got a lot of things planned for y'all, so make sure you come and support that. And I'm sure there'll be future conferences, not just the men's one. I'm sure she'll do something for the women. I'm sure something she'll do for both, men and women. So make sure you're following and paying attention to her.
Yeah, she's gonna have raffles and all type of good stuff. I think I heard on the radio there's barbershops, like stuff that's being given away. car detailing, something like
Mhm.
that. A bunch of stuff, and she's doing it, and
She's been on her shit.
Yeah, she's come for trauma too, and the fact that she come from trauma and then she's out here trying to do something to help enhance the lives of
Get her
men
book.
and everything. Please, GED to PhD.
Yep.
Yes, please hit her up.
And also, we haven't announced the location and date yet, but the DJ Biz birthday bash is on the way.
Okay.
DJ Show,
Okay.
DJ Biz,
Mm-hmm.
and myself, DJ Maine Event Live, will be on the tunes for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the annual birthday bash. He's got a full weekend of stuff planned.
Yeah.
But hopefully by tomorrow morning, y'all get all the information, the flyer, and all that for what's actually happening.
Okay.
Shout out to Showbiz Live. You know the team, you know the rules.
Absolutely.
We play everything crew.
Loving it, loving it.
And what else?
Just everything.
On the 28th, I think I'm supposed to be a part of a outdoor kickball cookout type thing. Shout out to Mark Surratt. If y'all know who he is, go check his page.
Yep.
And the next event at Lost and Found, September 18th.
Okay.
Essence Saturday. Y'all know the song. You heard the song. Shout out to Wiz Kid on that one. So that's where the theme come from. But it's a Virgo affair. Okay. I'm Team Cancer, but I show love to all zodiac signs.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. So you just got a lot of stuff going on. You make sure you put it all in the comment section of everything. He shares everything on his page, so trust me, you'll be able to follow suit on every single aspect.
We got 2 birthday parties coming through. Shout out to Erica. Shout out to make sure I'm pronouncing her name right. Celia.
Okay.
It's gonna be a big night.
Yeah.
There's no color scheme, so dress how you feel, but just be grown and sexy with it. Tickets on maineventlive.com.
Yeah.
$10 to start. We'll be doing another live Dear Love and Lust podcast soon. I don't know if it'll be before the month is done. We'll see.
We'll see.
But we will have another regular episode, recorded episode, sooner than later.
Absolutely. And let me just say this real quick because I mentioned earlier about, trying to be more healthy and live this lifestyle and get myself together and everything like that. And it was the diabetes scare that came up that made me really get on my A game. So on Saturdays, because of all of that was going on, went back to my childhood start games, and I would put it out there to my HTM family first and United Sisters of New York. And I said, hey, anybody want to come out and jump double dutch or single rope with me and stuff like that? Dope. So we started doing that down at Jennings Landing, okay? And shout out to Kiosha and Tammy for spearheading it last Saturday. But every Saturday, 11 a.m., we are at Jennings Landing. I bring the ropes and everything like that. You just got to bring your towel and your water and stuff. Men, women, children, whoever wants to show up. We got people who are seasoned with working out, so they are definitely advanced, and they do the bands. They do, just the breaks in between of the jump roping and stuff like that. But we utilizing our childhood games that we used to do all the time to stay healthy and to really just get back to where we want to be at. And I'm enjoying it. I think the ladies that are part of the jump rope club are enjoying it as well. So much love to y'all. 11 a.m. we are there. Okay, so please feel free to join us every Saturday morning. If you got time, we here for it, definitely. And I can add you to the group that we got. All right, so without further ado, we like to say peace.